All right, March 31st, it's 8:21 in the morning, headed out from Tiny House and Pine House Cafe and Tavern. Wow, really served me well. What an amazing 2 days. Got to hear a lot of incredible stories from different hikers, to meet a lot of different hikers from all over. Just an amazing 2-day stint waiting out that big storm. Thank God I have such a great wife, because she's the one that made that happen for me. I would have jacked around and not had a place to stay, but she took care of it and had me set up, and I shared a bunk with 6 other fine folks, and met some great people, and I'm sure I'll talk about that a little bit later on the trail. Today we're hiking into a winter wonderland, so I'm headed back out the way I came in. This is through the campground. I have to work my way back to the back of the campground where there's a trail that reconnects with the Pacific Crest Trail, and then I can start back where I left off. So this was very confusing for me coming in, because there's a lot of roads with different loops, and I see some hiker tracks right here, so somebody has gone this way. I'm gonna follow those tracks, and hopefully they'll lead me back to the trail. So it's a little ways up here before I get back on trail. That's where I'm headed. Don't know how far. There's I think 11-mile stretch where there's a no camping zone. It's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that's for later on today. I'm not worried about that right now. I'll worry about camp spot when it gets time to be worrying about camp spots. Right now, find the trail. Should be plenty of water. It's gonna be, it says cloudy and a high of 45 or something today. So a lot of the snow will probably melt off, but we'll see. Anyway, I guess it's good I get to experience. Wow. Look at this. Wow, sure is pretty. I'm gonna get to experience that all day, so should be mostly downhill today. So I'll be aiming for just slow and steady. All right, I'll catch you back up when I hit on trail. All right, looks like maybe this is the cutover to the trail off that road. Depending on which way you came in to Mount Laguna, there's a section here that follows the road. So if you came in, if you passed off this cut up and came in at the other end, you can road walk all the way down where the trail connects, about a mile down. If not, if you came off right here where I did, then you're going to be going back to this part of the trail. So there's going to be like a mile of this trail that's not going to have as much traffic on it already as the other part, because it was probably split on where you got off trail at. Doesn't really matter either way. This is definitely going to be slow going. Wow, this is beautiful. It's hard, and it's something new, hiking in the snow for me. But it's about calf deep, a little over calf at some spots. But it's a good introduction to some snow hiking before I get into something that's really deep. And this is pretty steep actually going up, but I get these beautiful views, and it looks really cold, I'm sure, but I'm sweating and you can hear me breathing hard. It's a little more work. Wow. Still making our way around this side of this mountain. There's a valley. There's a road or a trail that goes over there. I hope we don't have to climb that, but there's a bunch of switchbacks. That's the side of the mountain we just came out of. Yeah, it's slow going. You can see the footprints, and I'm just stepping into those footprints. I think it'll be a lot better by the time I hook up where the rest of everybody's gonna hook up on the trail, which should be about a mile down the trail here. I think it'll be a lot easier going than it is through this right here. Those footprints will get extended and pushed down and just make it a little bit easier to trek through. Came upon this snow. It says super fun. Snow message. I added a smiley face to it. I thought that was fitting for the day. About to go on to this, connect with this first junction trail. There's a first trail junction, and the other one is still further down. Still haven't got there, but almost to the first one. Can't get to the second one unless you get to the first one. So here at the first one now. So now we just got to get to the next one. I don't think I'm going to take the Desert View Trail. I don't know how far it is. Maybe I'll look at it. All right. Well, I'm aimlessly trudging through this snow. I just wanted to talk about the last couple nights. Stayed at the hostel. It's just a shed they converted into a tiny house. And we had a wide assortment of people in there, from male to female, from young at 22 to, I believe the oldest was around 62, from all over the U.S. represented and international. We had New Zealand, and a spring storm on Mount Laguna brought us all together for a couple of nights. And I got to meet some people I would have never met before, or never had a chance to listen to or talk with, and got to hear their stories. And we all have a common goal, and that is hiking on the PCT. But last night was really great. We sat around on our bunks, and Dirk, one of the guys, talked about, let's all tell stories, just whatever. It ended up being whatever. I mean, I heard some amazing stories. Dirk had a story about his adventure right after college with two of his buddies across Africa in a beat up pickup. And oh my gosh, this is so funny. But I would have never heard that story before, and it's a story made for a movie. Helicopter coming over. Anyways, what a great opportunity to meet some people that I would never meet before, you know, any other circumstances. And this just brought us together. So shout out to my bunkmates on March the 30th. and 29th class of PCT 2023. Rambles and Lori, Madison and Dirk, Turtle Wolf, that's his name. I'm trying to think of everybody. Oh, Georgia from New Zealand, young lady, the youngest of the group, came all the way from New Zealand. They call it tramping. Hiking is called tramping in New Zealand. That's what she had done. Crazy stories, but shout out to those fine folks. Really enjoyed spending an evening or two. Some came and gone over the course of the days. I may probably never see them again on the trail, but I will see their names on the logs as I go behind, because they're all faster than I am, and it'll certainly bring a smile to my face as I reflect back on their story. I don't know, it's just really cool experience to meet those people. I just wanted to drop that in there before I got on the trail with a bunch of people. I couldn't talk because I don't know how many people will be on trail. I haven't seen a soul out here. Whew, look at that valley. I wonder how far I have to go down before I get out of the snow. All right, I'm out. All right, looks like I finally hooked up with the main. Well, I've been on the main PCT, but this side trail finally hooked in with me. So now you can see what I was walking through. And now this is a lot more beat down. I don't know if it's any less treacherous, but I'm not stepping through as big footprints. The trail just crossed the road there. I took my pack off, took my jacket off because it's getting so hot, I'm sweating. And Dirk come walking up the road. He was road walking, and so it was great to see Dirk. And he told me that he ran into Rambles, who had stayed with us at the hostel, and she was on the bunk above me. He said that she went out and gave it a go this morning on her. She had hurt her ankle, and she decided it was a no-go, that it was too bad, and decided to go home, and that she was in great spirits, and she had given it a try and made the most of it, and it just wasn't going to hold it. That ankle was not going to hold up. So I wish her a happy and safe journey back home. I'm sure she'll probably try to get back out here on the PCT at another time when that ankle is better. But safe journey to her. And Dirk decided that he was going to go ahead and road walk around this part. The trail kind of, he said, parallels the road for 12 miles or something. So he's taking the road. The trail's not bad. I mean, it's beat down pretty. You have to go slow, but you know, I go slow anyway, so I just focus on every step. I watch every step. If I want to look around at the views or something, I just stop and look. It took me, well, about 1 hour and 45 minutes to do 1.83 miles around that loop to where the road connects to the trail. And it's going to be slow going until we drop down in elevation where we're out of this deeper snow. I'm going to keep going. A view still from about mile marker 44.8 of the Pacific Crest Trail. Still going up. I think this is the biggest, not bad, hasn't been bad, but the biggest climb of the day. I don't know where it goes over at, but I'm still climbing, and then I think it drops all the way down, along down from there, just with a few ups and downs, but they're very small. It's just mostly all down. But from the view at 44.8, beautiful. Wow, there's some mountains in the distance. All right. Big pending mountain over there, and we're headed that way. I don't know what it is. Walking way on back out of this campsite. It was a long walk for nothing. There's no camp post. Everything's marked reserved. Of course, it's the weekend. Let's see if I can get a ride. All right. I was gonna back out of this and just risk taking it down the trail, but I guess the lady that runs the place just stopped by and said the guy I'm hiking with, I just met up with, Drew, that she showed him where we can camp for tonight. So site 22, so I'm gonna be here for the night. Saves me from walking into the night, which was my only other option. But glad he got hold of somebody before I got out of here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close out today's video. I am at mile marker 47.4, or off the trail actually at 47.4. This is the Mount Laguna campground. Laguna campground. Me and a guy I met on the trail a little bit ago, Drew, splitting a tent site here, and just decided to stay here. I didn't want to risk falling. The snow is really melty and slushy, and it was really difficult to hike on. So the option was either to go ahead and try to fight it through for 6 more hours to do 5-something miles, or just call it a night right here at this campground, and decided to call it a night here, and then we'll get back at it tomorrow. So not very far today. I can't even remember what it was on my watch. Not as far as I wanted. I wanted to get down out of the snow, but I didn't realize that you're probably not going to get out of the snow today at all. As maybe you can see right through here, I'm camping on the snow in this campground, and it's probably going to be cold, but we'll make it work. So that's it from today, March 31st, day 8 of the Pacific Crest Trail.